An interesting misconception about differentiation is that all of us already do that. We hear really often all teachers differentiate, already differentiate instruction. I think it is the case that most teachers who last more than 15 minutes in a classroom do come to understand that there's some students you'd better stand near every once in a while. And I think most teachers who are caring, when they see a student in trouble, will kind of run over and try to coach that student, whisper something to them. I think a lot of teachers, when they see a kid who finishes a task just like that, think, oops, I'd better find something extra for her to do. She shouldn't just have to sit here. Those things are what we call reactive differentiation. They depend on the student to give us the cue. I'm not very happy here. I'm misbehaving. Teacher says, oops, got to do something about that. Kid finishes too fast. Oops, got to do something about that. A good model of differentiation is not a reactive one, it's a proactive one. I can't sufficiently help a high school student who doesn't read by every once in a while saying, oops, what do I do about that? I need to have a systematic plan. I can't take a child who's very advanced and really continue to develop their talent by finding clever things from time to time to fill their time. A good model of differentiation, a robust one that's up to the challenge of diverse learners, says I need to have very clear sense of what they should know, understand, and be able to do. I need to see where they are in relation to that at any moment. And once I see that, then I will proceed to adapt my instruction so that each student is working at a level of challenge that makes sense, so that each student is engaged with particularly interesting things, so that I'm meeting with small groups. I think it's easy to excuse ourselves by saying, sure, I already do that. And yet most teachers, when they look at a real clear model of differentiation that says, here's what it would look like, here are the indicators, have a sense of, nope, I'm not quite there yet. I am doing some things. I am moving along. I'm not nearly where I need to be. Sort of in tandem with that, I think leaders make a mistake when someone makes a tiny little move or does a first thing to celebrate like it's the 4th of July. Oh, that's wonderful. You know, we've done that's just amazing that you've done that. Which then gives the message, well, that wasn't so bad. I did that and she's happy, and so now we can just kind of go on. And the real message needs to be, I acknowledge the progress that you made here. You were here, you've done this, you had been handling this way. That's great. That's a super step. I'm very pleased that you made it. Let's talk about what your next step is. Really need to have that sense of constant growth for ourselves and for our students. And as soon as we do I already do that, or everybody in my school pretty much does that already, we've signed off any chance of growth.